With me now is Chris Wray with Gateway Realty. Welcome, Chris. We're so happy to have you with us today.
Thanks for having me on the show today, Jenny.
So, you are a Feschi specialist, right? That's kind of your area that you focus on mostly with real estate. So can you tell us, for people who aren't as familiar with Feschi, just give us a little background about Feschi itself.
Yes, Feschi is a barrier island south of Hilton Head and north of Savannah. It's bridgeless in nature, and it's actually quite a large island, nearly 9 square miles, given that it only has about 400 residents.
Absolutely. Now, personally, I love Feschi. Any chance I get, I love to go over there because to me, it's like being transported into another world. But, tell us your background and your relationship with Feschi and why you've chosen to kind of make this your central focus.
Well, I have a long history with Feschi. I got married there in 1998. I've owned property there since 1999. And for 6 years, I was a full-time resident of Feschi. Main reason that we moved over there was because of the elementary school that's on the island.
And what are some of your favorite things about Feschi? What do you enjoy most about it?
There's an incredible sense of freedom. You have 400 people spread across 9 square miles, so there's a lot that you can do on your own, yet it's also very intimate. You get to cultivate very strong personal relationships because there are few people over there. You just make the best of it, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful environment.
So you probably have a strong sense of community, I would imagine.
Absolutely. There are 3 ferry systems that serve the island, and what happens is you get to know intimately the various people who live on the island, primarily through the ferry, and you learn to rely on one another in times of need.
Well, and I know, at least for me, when I feel overwhelmed with my life, I fantasize about being completely off the grid. That's something that's really appealing to me lifestyle-wise. So don't you think there's a little piece of that with Feschi? Yes, obviously there's modern conveniences, and I'd love for you to tell us about those too. But you do kind of get that off-the-grid feel a little, don't you think? With luxury. Yeah.
Yes, you absolutely do. I'd lived on Hilton Head for 4 years, and for the first year living on Feschi, every morning I would wake up, I would really wonder where I was.
Yeah.
And I'm a person who'd already been spending time on Feschi, so there is an incredible sense of peace and serenity over there, and yes, there are also the modern conveniences.
Well, and I think too, everything boils down to lifestyle. For someone who loves nature, right, loves the ocean and a close-knit community with a lot of privacy, there's nothing better than Feschi.
That's true. There's a very active conservancy on the island. People who are very concerned about natures and the turtles nesting and things like that. And there are also modern amenities such as 3 separate golf courses and nice restaurants, a real array of things for a very small island.
Perfect. Chris, thanks so much for your time today. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, Jenny, for having me on.